dropped back and immediately took off past the line of scrimmage and run it. And his helmet came off, and they were well short. This is going to be 4th and 6. Yeah, they're going to punt here.
He tricked us on that one time. So the Demons have their punter out.
Will Shepard once again hasn't punted great tonight, but he's going to 80 yards for all we know. He might just be nervous.
Just do what you got to do to get us up.
Bush, the freshman, once again, back on the 18-yard line for the Trojans. Received the punt. Watch for the fake here. They're having a huddle. Could just be a little trickery. If you want to play a punt safe, I wouldn't try to block this thing. Especially not with that old punt. Timeout. Richard on the field. Has to be a timeout for the Demons.
All right, Demons are taking a timeout. We're up by 3 points. It's now 10-7, Trojans' favor. And we'll be back in just a moment on 107.7.
Monty score a touchdown.
Yes, sir. Okay. It was a half a yard run.
Gotcha. All right, guys, welcome in to our live stream, our opening stream of the game. Apologies for the technical issues, but working out some early season glitches. But, hey, we are here. We are live at Lee County. And as we bring you into the game, we're in the second quarter, 6:24 left to go in the first half. Lee County leads at 10-7. Lee County with a 1-yard touchdown run from Usmani Cromah. Warner Robbins, a long pass for a touchdown. And then Lee County, just a couple of minutes ago, a 43-yard field goal, and that's where we are, 10-7, as we bring you into the action. Again, apologies for bringing the game to you late, but here we are, better late than never. So it's going to be a punt from Warner Robbins. Lee County going to make the catch right around the 20-yard line, brought down immediately on special teams. And that's where Warner Robbins going to put it in play. And now we got a penalty. And we're going to have I believe, a running into the kicker call on Lee County. Again, it's the season opener for these two teams. Third straight season that these two teams have met. Lee County won it last year, 26-19, after trailing 16-7 at the half. 2 years ago, Lee County won it 27-10. And ITG Next has had the fortune of bringing you every game so far. And we're here again, ready for the 2023 season opener. Thanks so much for being with us. Thanks to Farah Farah for sponsoring our live stream. Going to be with us all season long. Big thanks to Farah Farah for sponsoring our live stream. All right, so here we go. So we thought that Lee County was going to get the ball back, but because of the roughing the kicker penalty, Warner Robbins is going to go back on offense, so they'll run their offense back out there. Warner Robbins with Skylar Williams, the quarterback this year. He's a transfer coming in from North Murray High School. He's a senior, and he's a good one. And he's leading Shane Sam's Demons here tonight. Handoff, left side. Going to go to number 21. That's Davion Lattimore. Going to get some tough, hard-fought yardage there. Going to bring up a second down. We've got an injured player on the field. It's an injured Lee County player. Can't give you the number, like it may be a cramp. That's number 2, Justin Tanksley, being helped off the field.
I don't know what the call was, but
It was a face mask on the Trojans.
And we had a penalty on that play. Apparently we're going to get a face mask penalty on Lee County as we've got a timeout here. Again, thanks so much for being with us, guys. Going to be with you all season long. Our 2024 ITG next game of the week. Going to take us to Collins Hill next week. We think our 2024 lineup of our game of the week, our best lineup that we've had so far this year. Going to be bringing you games all season long, all over the state. And again, getting it started here tonight in Leesburg. So a couple of costly penalties. Roughing the kicker gave Warner Robbins the ball back, and now a face mask penalty, another costly penalty, is giving Warner Robbins the football at the Lee County 33-yard line. Going to hand it off to Lattimore, left side. He's got some running room. Going to take it over to the 30 to about the 29, 28-yard line. Leading the way that time, number 6, Jace Murray, sophomore. Pick up of about 4 yards on that run. Going to be second down and 6. 10-7, 5:41 and counting to go in the first half. Lee County clinging to a touchdown or a field goal lead right now, 10-7. But here comes Warner Robbins. They're on the march. Boy, Skylar Williams, good-looking quarterback. He's in the gun. One back, now in motion. They're going to run the option play. Williams is going to keep it. He's got running room as he turns it upfield. Going to take it for a first down up to about the 15-yard line. And here comes Warner Robbins now taking advantage of a couple of penalties, big penalties, called on Lee County. So here's Warner Robbins now. First down and 10, spotted just outside the 15 at the 16. Fakes to Lattimore. Quick toss, wide receiver screen. Boy, Warner Robbins converted that one beautifully. And they're going to take it in for the touchdown. But we've got a penalty flag on the play. We may get a holding call. That's what Dean Fabrizio is indicating. The Lee County head coach in his 16th season leading these Trojans. He's down there. And that is indeed the call. Going to be a holding call against Warner Robbins. So take the 16-yard wide receiver screen touchdown off the board. Guys, as always, if you are a regular here on our live stream, we love to hear from you. I'll try to read as many comments as I can from you guys. Let me know you're watching. Chris Pace giving us an update, 28-0 coffee all over Bainbridge. My buddy Obadiah Farley, Thomas County Central's #1 fan, tells us 24-0 Yellow Jackets, picking right up where they left off last year. 3 touchdown and a field goal lead over the Monroe Golden Tornadoes tonight. Everybody at their season opener tonight across the state will be bringing you as many scores as you want to give us. Big thanks to Farah and Farah, personal injury attorneys, sponsoring our game tonight. Proud to have those folks, great stewards, promoting and supporting high school athletics. Going to be with us as our sponsor all season long here of our ITG Next Game of the Week. All right, so the penalty, it'll stay first down, but from where the penalty was, the infraction came in, it's going to be now 1st and 28. The ball back at the 39-yard line. Warner Robbins going into that trip set almost every play. Quarterback going to take it, going to keep it, going to get it to about the 32, maybe a couple of yards, and that's about it. Well, Warner Robbins graduated a couple of big talents from last year. Judd Anderson, remember the quarterback, came from Jones County over to Warner Robbins. He's now a member of the Miami Hurricanes. And then you had Isaiah Canyon. He played a little bit of quarterback and wide receiver for Warner Robins. He's now a member of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. 8 of 10 all-region first-teamers from Warner Robins gone. Both these teams, though, suffered heavy losses to graduation. But still, these teams don't really rebuild. They just reload. Great game so far, 10-7. If you just joined us, Lee County leading it. We're getting late in the first half. Play action. Williams going to throw it long to the end zone. And looked like the receiver broke off of the route. Pass sails out of the end zone, incomplete. A little bit of miscommunication. What we have here is a failure to communicate between the quarterback and the wide receiver. Both these teams advancing to last year's state quarterfinals in their respective classifications. And both teams back trying to take that extra step this year. 3rd down and a mile. 3rd and about 25 for Warner Robins. And now you got Skylar Williams, the senior signal caller, doesn't like what he sees from the Lee County defense with their set on this 3rd and long. He's going to take a timeout. That'll give us a chance to tell you about Farah Farah. This is Friday night where student athletes compete with everything on the line, chasing greatness and forging unbreakable bonds. Where entire communities under the lights to witness passion, pride, and moments that will be etched in their memories forever. This is football, high school football. There's no tradition quite like it. And just like these athletes, Farah Farah puts it on the line every day for their clients, which is why Farah Farah proudly supports high school football. Go to farahfarah.com to find the Georgia office closest to you. So 3:53 left to go in the first half. Been a fast-paced game so far. Both teams really looking sharp. Some penalties have cost both teams, especially Lee County. But so far, the Trojans have been able to dodge that bullet or those bullets, and they lead 10-7. And when we come out of the timeout, Warner Robins looking at 3rd and 25 from the 32. So they got to get it all the way to the 7-yard line of Lee County. So will we see Warner Robins trying to go for it all in one chunk? Will they try to throw some kind of wide receiver screen? We're about to find out coming out of the timeout. 3rd down, 25. Everybody on their feet here in Leesburg in front of a nice crowd. Warner Robins bringing a lot of folks from Middle Georgia. Skylar Williams is directing traffic. Looks like there's a little bit of confusion. Now he's trying to change the play. He may have to call another timeout. Play clock down to 10. Still plenty of time. Now they're going to run a player on late. Play clock down to 5. They get the play off. Williams rolls. Heavy pressure. He's going to get out of it. Got some room to run here on the left side. But obviously going to be way short of the first down. As he gets knocked down at about the 29-yard line. So loses about a yard there. So 4th and long, and Warner Robins in this kind of no man's land here. You're a little bit too far out to kick a field goal, too close to punt, so they're probably going to go for this. And that's exactly what they're going to do. So they're going to line up. 3 receivers, far side, 1 here to the near side. Williams now going to the sideline. They're going to go to a wildcat. With Latimer going to take the direct snap. A lot of confusion. Now this is kind of typical of what you see early season. Been some communication issues here. Now they're going to go to a 2-back as Latimer is going to be joined by Tavion Burke, it looks like. Here we go. Direct snap to Burke. He's being chased. Going to roll, and he's not going to be able to do anything with it except have to eat it. Going to be a loss back to the 38, and that's where the Warner Robins offensive possession will end, and Lee County will take over. 1st and 10 going the other way. So the Lee County defense looking pretty good here, except for one long pass. We'll get you caught up at halftime on the scoring, all the particulars. Be sure to stay tuned for that, as we are 3 minutes 35 seconds away rather from halftime. Lee County leading at 10-7, but now let's see, Lee County may not be over as far as their scoring goes. They take over 1st and 10 at their own 37. Weston Bryan, the quarterback. Of course, you know Superman, who's Monte Croma, fake to him, toss to the far side. Receivers got it. That's a nice gain that time, thrown out there to Jaden Upshaw. So now Lee County going to go with no huddle. They're going to go with some tempo here. There's a fumble on the field. Warner Robbins has recovered, I believe.
I'm not sure if that's a complete pass. I don't know if he ever had possession of it.
I thought it was complete. I think Warner Robbins knocked it out. Let's see. Let's wait on the call. Warner Robbins thinks that they've forced the turnover.
I think that's going to be a fumble.
And it is a fumble, the white hat indicating. That's a simple deal there where the receiver made the catch, came down with it. No doubt from this guy's standpoint it was a fumble, and that's exactly what it is. So let's see if Lee County can dodge yet another bullet. They've been dodging mistakes. They've been dodging these penalties, and now they've got to dodge a turnover. 3:17 left to go, first half. So here's Warner Robbins coming back out. The ball at the Lee County 43-yard line. Going to give it to Lattimore, right side. There's a host of black shirts going to eat him up right about the line of scrimmage, so no gain. Ball right there at the 43. He may have even lost a yard. Yeah, now they will spot it back at the 44, so he doesn't need to lose a yard. So 2nd down, 11. We're under 3 minutes to go now. Under 3 minutes to go in the half. Lee County leads it 10-7. Wouldn't be surprised to see Warner Robbins try to uncork one long here. That's been their only touchdown so far here tonight. Penalty flag on the field. Didn't see that until late. Let's see what the call is. Here comes the white hat to give us the call. Dead ball and sportsmanlike conduct going against Warner Robbins. And Lee County. So the penalties are going to offset. Actually, I think he meant to call it on Lee County. I think he pointed the wrong way. So instead of offsetting, he pointed the wrong way. I thought that was the case. You can see him shake his head. So it's an unsportsmanlike on Lee County. Here's yet another mistake that Lee County has got to somehow overcome here. 2:50 left to go. Plenty of time still here in the first half. Lee County leads it, but, man, Warner Robbins just keeps on and keeps on threatening. They've got it now 1st and 10. At the 29-yard line of the Trojans. We've got a delay here. You've got the crew chief, the white hat across the way. He's over there talking to Shane Sams, the Warner Robbins head coach. I don't know if it's some kind of sideline infraction, some kind of band deal with noise. I just don't know. White hat keeps looking over at something on the Warner Robbins sideline. I don't know what it is, but nevertheless, we're ready to go as he tells us to wind it up. The snap will start the clock at 2:50. 1st and 10 of the Lee County 29-yard line. Skylar Williams, the transfer from North Murray, going to take it, going to hand it to Latimer, and he's going to be brought down right away by a host of Trojans leading the way. Jeremiah McLeod. Big defensive lineman, 6'3". Boy, Lee County's got some huge size. They got some big boys along that line. Now remember, Lee County lost their top 7 tacklers on this defense last year. Second down 14, loss of 4 on that first down play. Clock continues to run now. We're getting close to 2 minutes to go in the half. Latimer's going to get it, nowhere to go. The black shirts once again, this time making the tackle. Jaden up, no, that was Jason Murray on that tackle. All right, so here we go now. It's going to be 3rd and long. Boy, this Lee County defense is keeping their team in this thing right now. And we've got probably an offsides. I think Lee County jumped across there. We got a Lee County man just went down in a heap. That's Jeremiah McLeod. I actually had him in my sights here with the binoculars. He was just kind of walking, and he just went down in a heap. I don't know. It looks like it's a cramp. Probably seen a lot of that, guys. Going to see a lot of that tonight. Probably see that for the next week after that, as these players continue to acclimate to these high temperatures. 1:33 left to go in the first half. Lee County struck first on a short touchdown run by Usmani Crow-Ma. Then you had Warner Robbins come back, and they tied it up on a long pass, and Lee County with a long 43-yard field goal, and that's where we are, 10-7, as we are 1:33 remaining in the second quarter. Big thanks to Farah Farah sponsoring our game tonight, our ITG Next Game of the Week. They're going to be with us all season long.
Halftime, about a minute and a half to play. Trojans in the lead, 10-7. Demons have the ball. Confusing penalty out there, and now it's 3rd down.
Let me know you're watching the game tonight, guys. Got a lot of folks out there checking out our live stream tonight. And we appreciate everybody checking in with us. Thank you for your patience, staying with us tonight. A little bit of technical difficulties, but hey, it's early for all of us. Here we go. Can Lee County stop Warner Robbins again? Another 3rd and long. Williams, nice ball fake to Latimer. He's going to keep it. His helmet, I think that's his helmet that goes flying off. It is. He's going to have to come out a play, whatever they decide to do on this 4th down. And again, that can be huge because Skylar Williams has got to come out of the game. His helmet flew off. So you lose your starting quarterback here on this 4th down play, which I can bet the house they're going to go for. 1:16, 1:15, 1:14, 1:13, clock runs. And no, Warner Robbins is going to go for a long field goal here. The hold is going to come at the 34. It's a 44-yard field goal. The hold will come at the 34, a 44-yard field goal attempt from Will Shepard. And the kick is up, and it's short and wide left. So Lee County has held. Once again. You want to talk about dodging bullet after bullet here in this first half with several mistakes, penalties, turnovers. But, boy, give credit to the Lee County defense as they have held their own in this first half, and they've kept their team not only in the game, but they have protected the lead, which is 10-7 right now. Lee County leads it as the offense now will come back in out and take over. 44 seconds left. Let's see if the Trojans decide to take a knee here and just go into the half with the lead. Or let's see if Brian maybe tries to air one out. We'll see what happens here. It's an empty backfield for Weston Bryan, so we may see some kind of trickery or Bryan back to pass. Looks, going to sail it here to the sidelines, complete to Crow-Ma. Crow-Ma takes it, cut into the middle of the field, and going to be brought down across the 40. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to move the chains, but that's it. Once they get it set, they'll restart the clock. 35 seconds left. Lee County got to be up and going. And we got a penalty flag now. Check the call. Probably going to get some kind of illegal procedures. They went with a quick snap. Let's see. No, it's going to be a delay of game called on Warner Robins. So they tried to do something there to probably prevent the quick snap.
That's what he signaled.
So that should.
Okay, this white hat's kind of confusing. He keeps talking.
The crew chief pointed toward Warner Robins, but it's apparently on Lee County. Crew chief, again, guys, it's early for everybody, including the head official here tonight. He pointed to the wrong team. The penalty's on Lee County. Brian, going to step up. Going to be brought down. And that might do it for the half. Let's see. 24, 23, 22, 21. If I'm Dean Fabrizio, let's go to the locker room with the lead.
Let it run out here. He might run one more play. 13 seconds and ticking.
So down to 10 seconds now. Looks like Lee County going to go for it. One more shot here. Brian just going to chunk it up there, and it's incomplete. Still 3 seconds left on the clock. That'll be 3rd and 18. So why not take a shot at it? I guess nothing wrong with that as long as you don't get it intercepted. So we're getting a score here, 7-0 Milton over Beaufort at the half. So that's about what folks were expecting. Halftime coming up. 4 seconds on the play clock. 3, 2, 1. And Lee County going to take the delay penalty, or did they take a timeout? They'll take the penalty on the delay. Pretty much just academic here. They'll take the penalty, walk it all 5 yards, and hopefully we'll take a knee here, will Lee County, and go to the locker room. But you never know with Dean Fabrizio in his 16th season as the head coach of the Lee County Trojans. And going to hand it off to, is that Cromar, or who has that got the ball? It's a handoff to somebody. You fumble it. And that's going to end the half.
End of the first half here from Trojan Field. Trojans up 10 on the Warner Robins defense. We got 7. All right.
And we have got an injured player down on the Lee County sideline. I think that's a Warner Robins player that's down. It is. Our view is obstructed. That's the thing you hate to see about these last-second plays like that, really inconsequential. But for Warner Robins, they've got a player injured. He's still down on the sideline as the Warner Robins folks come over to tend to him. Let's hope that that's some kind of cramp, or they're checking his lower leg. And, again, have no idea who the player is. So while we try to get you some clarity on the injury to the Warner Robins player, what we can tell you is we have reached halftime. ITG next game of the week live here in Leesburg, where Lee County leads it 10-7. Again, the third consecutive meeting between these two teams to open the season. The overall series tied 3 games apiece. If you remember last year, this game went into halftime with Warner Robins leading 16-7. We remember it. We were here. And then the man, Superman, as he has come to be known as, Usmani Cromar, come through with 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to lead Lee County back to the win last year over Warner Robins. 26-19, that final score last year. Again, 2 years ago, Lee County won it 27-10. Lee County, of course, this year, many of you know now about reclassification and what it's done to GHSA. And I can tell you what it's done is it's created what I call a few super regions, including Region 2-5A, which Lee County is a part of. Warner Robins, a part of 1-4A. Now, the strange thing here is that last year, Warner Robins was a member of 2-5A. They're now a member of 1-4A, which is another super region. That region, 7-5A with Gainesville, Roswell, Milton, another. And there's several that have got just some powerhouse teams. in the same region. Guys, thanks so much for checking out our ITG Next Game of the Week. Again, brought to you tonight and all season long by our friends at Farah and Farah, who want to remind you this is Friday night where student athletes compete with everything on the line, chasing greatness and forging unbreakable bonds. It's where entire communities unite under the lights to witness passion, pride, and moments that will be etched in their memories forever. This is football. It's high school football. There's no tradition quite like it. And just like these athletes, Farah and Farah puts it on the line every day for their clients, which is why Farah and Farah proudly supports high school football. Go to farahandfarah.com to find the Georgia office of Farah and Farah closest to you. I want to tell you guys, our quick glance at our ITG Next Game of the Week lineup. I told you at the beginning, I think this is the strongest lineup game after game that we've got. Next week, going to be heading up to the metro Atlanta area to Gwinnett County to bring you Woodward Academy at Collins Hill. Week 3, going to bring us back to South Georgia for Brooks at Cook County. Week 4, this ought to be a dandy. Thomas County Central at Thomasville will be our game for you on September the 6th. Then week 5, we'll have Brooks County back again. This time we go to Quitman to bring you Fitzgerald at Brooks County. That's week 5, September the 13th. Then the following week, September the 20th, takes us back up to the Atlanta area, to Cobb County this time, to Northcutt Stadium. That's another place that has been kind to us, and I think this will be our 4th trip to the home of the Marietta Blue Devils as they'll take on Wheeler. That's week 6, September the 20th. Week 7 finds us going to Richmond Hill, Tift County at Richmond Hill. Matt Lozada's much improved Richmond Hill. Watch out for them Wildcats. I've been talking about them all off season. They're going to be hosting Coach Jeff Littleton's Tift County Blue Devils. I tell you, he has really turned around the culture there in Blue Devil country. Got a winning attitude. Now, I'm going to keep an eye on that game. Anybody got a score on Tift County Griffin tonight, please pass it along to me. Really interested to see if Tift County can get off to a good start to open up the 2024 season. So after Tift County Richmond Hill in week 7, week 8, going to see us go to Gloryland to bring you Collins Hill at Buford. It'll be our second look at the Collins Hill Eagles this year when they take on the Buford Wolves and Coach Brian Appling. That's going to be week 8, October the 4th. Week 9, Milton at Gainesville. We'll be making our first trip up to City Park there in northeast Georgia in Hall County, home of the Gainesville Red Elephants and Coach Josh Niblett hosting Coach Ben Reeves and the Milton Eagles. Then week 10, Thomas County Central at Northside, Warner Robins. Big region matchup there. That's going to be a good one. Week 11 sees us make our first trip over to Benedictine to bring you Perry at Benedictine. That ought to be a great game. And then week 12, got a couple of games we still are going to decide on, probably be a late decision, looking at Houston County at Lee County, right back here in Leesburg, or Roswell at Milton. So got a lot of time between now and then to decide. But that's a look at our 2024 ITG Next Game of the Week lineup, which, again, we think is a strong lineup, probably our strongest that we've had. So Hunter Garino gives us an update, 9-0 Tift County over Griffin in the second quarter. Hunter, thank you for that update. Hunter says, Tift beating Griffin, how? Well, I can tell you how. Again, I just mentioned Jeff Littleton has brought a whole different attitude, a whole different style of coaching, a whole new culture to Tift County. And you can promise that he's going to have the Blue Devils believing with a winning attitude. Now, I'm not saying that they're destined for a state title this year, but they'll be improved, they'll be better, and so far so good. The early results for Jeff Littleton's Tift County Blue Devils, that game up in Griffin in Spalding County. Devils lead at 9-0. Kevin Jackson tells us Thomasville 14-6 over Brooks County. Again, Thomasville is going to be very much improved. Again, if you're watching tonight's live stream, guys, let me hear from you. Let me know where you're checking the game out from. Let me know if you're at a game, watching our game, or if you're just at home, relaxing and taking in our live stream. Camden 30-14 over the Brunswick Pirates. Camden County, of course, Jeff Herron, the longtime successful high school football coach, came back to Camden, wrapped up his third season and his second stint there as the head coach at Camden. Took them to the semifinals last year. What a great run for Jeff Herron before he decides to hang it up. Coffee leading Bainbridge 35-0 at the half. Jay Walls, the new coach at Bainbridge, coming from Navarre. Remember, Jay Walls was at Tift at one time. And I can tell you, for those of you that are familiar with me, I talk to pretty much all the coaches. We enjoy a great relationship here at ITG Next with high school coaches all across Georgia, and that has given us great access, ability to talk to these coaches. And Jay Walls was pretty upfront with me when he told me, hey, look, we're young, we've got some talent, but Jay Walls told me only 15 seniors, part of that Bainbridge Bearcats team this year. So very much a rebuilding year for Jay Walls in his first season. And what a way to open up the season against the Coffee Trojans of Mike Coe. What a great job Coach Mike Coe has done coming in, picking right up where they left off last year in an undefeated run to the Class 5A state championship. And so far, so good for Coach Coe's Coffee Trojans, up 35-0 over Bainbridge. So I'm getting a score, Langston Hughes over Westlake, 28-7. That game in the second quarter. So I'm seeing where Colquitt is winning over West. It's West Utah. Don't have a score, just saw where someone had mentioned. Guys, if you're watching the game, let me know where you're checking the game out from. Let me know that you're watching. Send me a comment or two. We'd love to hear from you. Phil Jones with you, ITG Next. Going to tell you about our Pick Six this week. So every week, I'll do what's called our Pick Six. Again, we've been doing it now for the last couple of years. And I can tell you, this game, of course, our ITG Next Game of the Week will always be one of our Pick Six games that yours truly makes the prediction on. Tonight's game between Lee County and Warner Robins, I had predicted Lee County 28-26. Of course, we got a long way to go between now and the end of the game, but 28-26 was my prediction on this particular game. The Milton-Buford game, of course, a lot of eyes on that one as well tonight. I've got Milton winning that one 35-28. So I've got Milton winning it by a touchdown. Right now, they are up by a touchdown. Last score I got on that was 7-0 at the half. Camden County at Brunswick. Camden County 28-21 is my prediction on that one. Right now, Camden County out in front of Brunswick. The Westlake Hughes game, that's another game that I had as part of my Pick Six. And in that one, my prediction, Hughes 35, Westlake 31. Douglas County at Cedar Grove. I'll tell you, Cedar Grove, that's going to be an interesting story to keep an eye on. John Adams, very successful there at Cedar Grove, leading the Saints to a couple of state championships. They've made the state championship game, I think, 5 out of the last 7 years. Of course, 3A state champions last year, defeating Savannah Christian. But Cedar Grove loses a lot. Had a lot of players graduate, a lot of players transferred. One of those players, Bo Walker. Now, the news that we had is that he was transferring to Stockbridge, but you guys may have seen, as I did in this morning's Georgia High School Football Daily newsletter, that as of right now, Bo Walker is still ineligible, not being able to prove that he's made a bona fide move to Stockbridge, where a former Cedar Grove coach is now the head coach there at Stockbridge. So you can't do that. Can't follow a coach to another school. That's called undue influence, and that's the way GHSA has ruled it so far. Now, I think Bo Walker has appealed, and so we'll see if that stands. But right now, one thing we know for sure is Bo Walker is not at Cedar Grove anymore, and there's a lot of former teammates that are they're no longer there either. So we're going to see if Cedar Grove can continue to be the dominant program that they have been, or if we'll see Coach Rod Moore in his first season replacing John Adams, Rod Moore coming from Dougherty County, if he can continue the tradition, the winning tradition there at Cedar Grove. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on that. But in tonight's Douglas County Cedar Grove game, I like Douglas County in that one, 30-21. And then the final Pick 6 game, Jefferson at Marist. A couple of good programs there. Marist, of course, playing in the state semifinals last year, losing a tough one to Thomas County Central. Jefferson also advancing to their classifications semifinal against Creekside, losing there. But tonight, I'm predicting Jefferson to win at 28-14. So there's a look at my Pick 6 games. So Carol Mullis watching the game. Lori Monroe Saunders. Lori, I hope are you able to get sound now on the live stream? Please let me know. Jody Norton is watching the game. Says Jody Norton, Yulee in the house. Some Yulee Hornet fans watching the game.
107.7 Now FM is WNOU Sasser. Proud to be the
Cooley's Barbecue tells us coffee 35-0.
Trojans up 10-7 right now at halftime. 2 more quarters to go, though. Looking around the South Georgia football region, one of the teams right today is Coffee.
Derek Coley Jr. watching from Warner Robins. Let me know if we got any other folks up in Warner Robins watching tonight's game and what you think about the matchup here tonight. What do you think about your Warner Robins Demons? Jody Norton says, that's right, I saw all of Henry's touchdowns. Thank you, Flint Dykes. Glad to hear that we have sound. Got off to a rough start tonight, but hey, it is the season opener for us as well. So, Jody, I can tell you this. I called Derrick Henry's one of his last regular season games at Hamilton County. He did that game on the radio, and I remember the head coach of Hamilton County saying, I'll never forget this. He said, Yulee may beat us, but one guy that's not going to beat us is Derrick Henry. On the first play from scrimmage, Yulee had it at their own 20-yard line. They gave it to Derrick Henry, went 80 yards for a touchdown. I think he wound up getting about 300 yards. He would go on to become the nation's all-time leading high school rusher. The record he broke was a record that had stood for, I think, 60 years. It was a running back from Sugar Hill, Texas. Can't remember his name, and I believe Derrick Henry still holds that record. Keon Seabrook says Demons are going to come out of the half rolling. We're going to see about that. They right now trail at 10-7. Jody Norton, that's awesome. Straight beast, upset he didn't come to Georgia. Yeah, that was tough. But, yeah, what a beast he was. What a great running back he was. And went on, of course, to have a great career in the NFL as well. Guys, our game tonight and all season long going to be brought to you by our friends at Farah Farah Personal Injury Attorneys. I want to remind you, this is Friday night where student athletes compete with everything on the line, chasing greatness and forging unbreakable bonds. It's where it's where entire communities unite under the lights to witness passion, pride, and moments that will be etched in their memories forever. This is football, high school football. There's no tradition quite like it. And just like these athletes, Farah Farah puts it on the line every day for their clients, which is why Farah Farah proudly supports high school football. Go to farahfarah.com to find the Georgia office closest to you. That's Farah Farah, personal injury attorneys, sponsors of tonight's game. And again, they're going to be sponsoring our entire 2024 lineup of our game of the week, which next week takes us up to the metro Atlanta area. We're going to be bringing you quite a few games from up there this year. Woodward Academy at Collins Hill. Drew Swick trying to bring back the winning ways at Collins Hill. Home of Travis Hunter, Sam Horn. Some big names there from Collins Hill. We're about 2 minutes away from the start of the third quarter. What do you guys think? We're 10-7 at the half. Lee County clinging to a field goal lead at the half. And then this has kind of become the norm with these two teams. Again, I reminded you last year this game was all Warner Robins in the first half. They led it 16-7, did the Demons, going into the locker room. And then Mr. Superman came out, scored 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to lead Lee County to the victory. Last year, Usmani Cromont in this game, 19 carries, 168 yards, a couple of touchdowns, would go on to lead Lee County to a 10-3 season, 4-1 in the region. They come out of the region as the number 2 seed. Warner Robins, they overcame that loss last year. They finished 9-4, but 6 of those wins in the region. They were finished as region champs last year in Region 2 5A. This year, of course, Warner Robins is a member of 1 4A. Both these teams advancing to the quarterfinals last year. Of course, if you're fans of either team, you know that. And both teams now trying to get back. And, of course, if you're Warner Robins, trying to get back to at least the quarterfinals, if not further. Both these teams have tasted state championship success. You know about the multiple state championships under Maurice Westbrooks that Warner Robins enjoyed. Of course, Maurice Westbrooks now at Peach County. The job now as head coach of Warner Robins is, of course, goes to Shane Sams. The new quarterback tonight in this season for Warner Robins, Skylar Williams. Now, he's a transfer. He came from North Murray. Last year, he threw for over 2,500 yards for North Murray. Transferred in this offseason, did the tall drink-of-water senior, and I tell you, he looks every bit the part. Skylar Williams, senior signal caller. Got a couple of HAC Super 11 players on the field tonight. That would be Isaiah Gibson, the all-everything defensive lineman, committed to the University of Georgia. And, of course, the other AJC Super 11 player, number 32, Usmani Cromont on the other side. So some big-time talent on both sides, including a couple of players that are considered the best 11 in the state of Georgia. And so far, they have not disappointed. Don't forget, guys, I want to remind you, you can check out my Monday night podcast. We do it every week, Monday, 5 o'clock live at ITG Next Georgia's Facebook page, right where you're watching the game tonight. That's Monday, 5 o'clock. Myself and Mazzani Matthews, who is on the video, bringing you all the great shots tonight of the game. She and I host our Monday 1.5 hour high school football talk podcast. You're going to love it. We really encourage engagement, interaction from you guys. So if you haven't checked out the show, or even if you have, we welcome you back, or we welcome you to the show for the first time, Mondays, 5 o'clock. Extra Point with Phil Jones and Mazzani Matthews, brought to you by our friends at Pepsi Cola and Dr. Kevin Collins of the Houston Clinic. All right, so we've got Warner Robins making their way back onto the field from the east side of the end zone. And we've got Lee County coming out of their beautiful multi-purpose facility located on the west side of the stadium here. Well, if you've never been to Lee County Stadium, do yourself a favor, and I'm talking to no matter where you are, even you folks in Warner Robins, if you get a chance to come down here and watch a game. Beautiful place to catch a football game here in Leesburg. The stadium located right behind the high school. The weight room, part of that multi-purpose facility that I was just talking about, voted as one of the top 5 weight rooms in the country for the folks that rate those kind of things. And it definitely is if you've ever seen it. Eli Mashburn says he's watching from Athens, Georgia. What's up, Eli? He says, go Demons. Eli, thanks so much for checking the game out. My buddy Stephen Tate, watching the game, tells us Coffee up 35-0 to start the third. Tay Merritt says, somebody go live at the Crisp County game. If somebody's got a score on Crisp County, pass it along. We certainly would love to pass it along to you guys. Trozarius Smith says Warner Robins going to come out on top tonight. Well, we're about to find out as we're getting ready to start the second quarter.
Yeah, I think the penalties kind of slowed the whole momentum down.
Warren Sheffield is watching the game tonight. Jody Norton, I'll try to find out that information for you. Jody Norton wants to know how many yards Usmani Cromont has got. I'll see if I can find that out for you. We were a little late getting on the air, so trying to get caught up on stats and those kind of things. So, but we'll see if we can find out for you. I can tell you, Usmani Cromont got the scoring started off. And by the way, Lee County won the toss. They deferred to the second half, so we're going to see the Trojans receive the opening kick here to start quarter number 3. Warner Robins scoring on a long touchdown pass. That's their only point, or points, that and an extra point. Lee County, again, the Usmani Cromont 1-yard score to open their first possession of the game. Follow that up a couple of series later with a 43-yard field goal, and that's where we stand, 10-7, with Warner Robins set to kick it off, and we're set to kick off the second half. Thanks so much for being with us. Kick back, enjoy the second half. It's sure to be an exciting one here in Leesburg. ITG Next Game of the Week brought to you by Farah Farah. Here we go. Going to be one of these short squib kicks. Up man for Lee County, going to come up, catch it, and then he falls on it as he drops it. Butler came up. Kind of gets the good ribbing from one of the assistant coaches, and that's because he recovered it. Now, if he didn't recover it, it would not have been the kind pat on the back. But he was able to fall on it, and right there is where Lee County will put it in play. 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. So with the pooch kick, Lee County going to start off in good field position. Weston Bryan going to have Usmani Cromont in an offset eye. That's Alex Smith, the up man, but the handoff's going to go to Cromont, and he's going to be close to a first down. Actually, he's going to be good enough for the first down. Give him 11 yards on that play. So first play of the second half, and here's Lee County want to go with some tempo. Going to give it to Cromont again. Now watch out if he gets going, and it looks like he is going pretty good so far. Another 8-9 gain, and boy, we've seen this before. If you're a Lee County fan, they'll just feed him the rock, and he seems to get better and better as the game goes on. So they're back up, no huddle. They're going with no huddle here to start the second half. Not necessarily tempo now as they slow it up a little bit. Weston looking to the sideline, getting the call from the staff. Quarterback keeper, and there's Weston Bryan going to be brought down by Isaiah Gibson, but not before he picks up another Lee County Trojan first down. So here come the Trojans now, 3 plays, and they've marched it down to the Warner Robins 39-yard line. They're up, ready to go again. Handoff, give him about 5 or 6 yards. That's William Canton. 6-yard gain indeed. 2nd down and 4. Lee County moving it well. They started from their own 35. They're now at the Warner Robins 33. Again, no huddle, but they backed off the tempo. They are looking over to the sidelines, getting the hand signals for the call. Crow Ma back in there, single back. You can bet the house he'll get this one. And he does. Going to spin out of a would-be tackler. Look at him go. What an incredible running back, guys. It looked like he was going to be brought down behind the line. He spun out of that. Then it looked like a host of white shirts for Warner Robins was going to bring him down for a minimal gain. No, he spun out of that, and then he just carried about 4 guys for another first down. Here's Lee County now at the 15-yard line of Warner Robins. They're up, ready to go. Weston Bryan going to take it on the quarterback keeper. Going to take it to the 5, 4, 3-yard line. Goes Bryan for yet another first down. And Lee County 1st and goal to go from inside the Warner Robins 5-yard line. Lee County has marched it down the field with authority. Bryan going to keep it. Puts his head down, and he'll go in for the touchdown. Weston Bryan, wow. You want to talk about exact precision for Lee County. They start at their 35, and in under 2 minutes, running the 2-minute offense, bolted it down the field, 65 yards, with Weston Bryan punching it in from 2 yards out. And that extends the lead now 16-7. Weston Bryan will hold. The kick is up. Kick is good. That makes it 17-7. The extra point that time by Lee County's Cameron Kirksey. So 17, what a unbelievable march that was. No huddle. They went with a little bit of tempo and then just slowed it up a little bit, but they never huddled. They came down the field, took it at the 35-yard line, started at the 35-yard line after the pooch kick, and will look really good that time. Every play a running play with a host of Lee County Trojans, including Weston Bryan, taking it in on the quarterback keeper from a couple of yards out. And we are 17-7 to start the second half. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. Jamie Frailer-Seegers watching us from over on the coast. What's up, Jamie? 30-14, Camden leads Brunswick at halftime. Jamie, thanks for that score. Jamie is a huge Camden County fan. Jamie, thanks so much for watching tonight. Let me know if you're watching. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know who you're pulling for. Talk to us, guys. We'll read as many comments tonight here on the air as we can. Thanks so much for being a part of our ITG Next live stream. Here we go. High end over end kick. That one's not coming back. It's going to be a touchback. And that's Kirksey again. Booted that one, and boy, he gets the glad hand greeting as he returns to the home sideline. So we're going to see Warner Robins go on offense for the first time in this second half. They trail it 17-7. Now, if you're a Lee County fan, no time to exhale here. Warner Robins has got talent. We've seen them in the first half move the ball. Couldn't put it in the end zone except for once. But they're going to come out. Again, Skylar Williams bringing the offense out. Single back. He's going to go in motion now. Going to run a little option play right side. Quarterback's going to keep her. Williams tries to turn it up inside. He's met by a host of black shirts. They're going to drive him back. Check the forward progress. They may give him a yard. Going to bring up second down. And they'll spot him just over the 20. They do give him a yard, so 2nd and 9. Here's Warner Robins. They've been running this trips formation the whole game. They'll bring it out again this time here to the left side. Single back, now going to go in motion. Pass complete on a little button hook. Pass complete that time for a minimal gain.
On the coverage. That's to bring up 3rd and about 7 for the Trojans. Demons rather Trojans on defense.
Ball on the 23.
Just under 10 minutes.
Going to Zay Canyon that time. Picked up 3 yards. So 3rd down and 7 now. Warner Robbins. 2 receivers far side. That's 1 man in the slot. Wide receiver here on this near side. He comes in motion. Williams going to take it. Going to roll. Far side. Going to throw. Almost intercepted. Pass is incomplete. And the ball's going to go, well, we'll see if the ball goes over. Warner Robbins, we think, will punt it away. Darwin Johnson is watching from Chicago. Love it. The power of the internet. Darwin, what's up, brother? Thanks so much. He says, let's go Trojans. Hunter Garino says Lee County defense always is good, man. Great culture up there. Well, they really stepped it up tonight. And they're going to force Warner Robbins into a punting situation here. Here's the punt. High, short kick. Going to hit about the 50. It's going to take a Lee County roll and come back over on the Warner Robbins side of the 50. And Lee County is going to start in excellent field position about the Warner Robbins 47-yard line. We'll see exactly where they spot it. It was a high kick, but took a Lee County bounce from the other side of the 50 back to this side of the 50. So Lee County now going to put it in play. They've got the lead. They've got the momentum as they force Warner Robbins into a 3-and-out. Jerry Henson gives us a score. Colquitt County 31, West Utah 6 at the half. So here we go. Let's see if Lee County now, they decide to run it. Play action to Crow Mall. They'll throw out here. Complete. Upshaw, the receiver. He's number 5, and he gets 5. 2nd and 5. Again, they're going to stay in no huddle. Now going to run tempo. Offset I. Brian takes it. Looks. Got plenty of time. Now Brian's going to get rid of it. Throws incomplete. It looked like Brian wanted to uncourt one long there. Wasn't open, so Brian checked it down, but no gain, incomplete. 3rd down and 5. Now, boy, if you're a Warner Robbins fan, this is huge. You need to hold Lee County here. And if you're a Lee County Trojan fan, it's big for you too because you want to get the first down and keep the momentum going. We'll see what happens. 3rd down and 5. Lee County's got it. Weston Bryan with a man in motion. That's Weston Bryan going to take it. 1st down and more. He fumbles the ball. Let's see, did Warner Robbins recover? I think it rolled out of bounds.
But it might be out of bounds.
Let's see. No, Warner Robbins has recovered. So after a huge gain, a huge run, Weston Bryan coughed it up, and it looked like it was going to roll out of bounds, but Warner Robbins has recovered it, it looks like. What a break for the Warner Robbins Demons. It looked like Lee County was going to be in business again with another 1st down, moving the ball, eating the clock, about to add to the lead, but no, sir. A break for Warner Robbins. Now let's see as the offense comes back out on the field if they can take advantage of it. Right now we're 17-7. Lee County leads it midway through the 3rd quarter. 8:34 and counting to go in the 3rd. Lee County again with a 10-point lead. But here's Warner Robbins. Would not be surprised to see them try to uncourt one long here in this series. Let's see. Not on this play. They'll run it. Going to be a short gain that time for Warner Robbins. That was Kelsey Perkins on the carry. We'll give him 3 yards, 2nd and 7. Now Warner Robbins going to go with a little bit of no huddle. No tempo. Looking over to Coach Shane Sams and his staff for the hand signal call. 3 receivers, far side. Skylar Williams going to keep it around the right side. He's got a little bit of running room. Going to be brought down over the 30, spotting him at about the 31. gain of 4 yards. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and manageable for Warner Robins, 3rd and 4. So here we go. What's Shane Sams and Warner Robins going to pull out of the hat here? Are they going to try to run for the 4-yard gain in the first down? Will they try to pass it? 2 receivers, near side, 1 to the far side. Single back. Skylar Williams, he's the transfer from North Murray. He's going to take it. They're going to hand it off. And going to be short a couple of yards. Lee County going to knock him back. Leading the charge that time for Lee County was Isaiah Jackson. Boy, he's a stud. And we have another injured player on the play. We have an injured Warner Robins player who is down. Warner Robins training staff coming out and tending to him. It's been a physical game. It's been a tough game. We've had quite a few injuries. Fortunately, everybody's been able to get up. Well, let's hope that that's the case here. We'll tell you about our friends, again, our sponsors, guys. Big thanks to Farah Farah, who want to remind you this is Friday night where student athletes compete with everything on the line, chasing greatness and forging unbreakable bonds. It's where entire communities unite under the lights to witness passion, pride, and moments that will be etched in their memories forever. This is football. It's high school football. There's no tradition quite like it. And just like these athletes, Farah Farah puts it on the line every day for their clients, which is why Farah Farah proudly supports high school football. Guys, go to farahfarah.com to find the Georgia office closest to you. So injured player able to get up off the field under his own power. They'll tend to him, and it is going to be a punting situation once again for Warner Robins. 4th and 1, man, you never know. Is Warner Robins going to see any foolery here? No, they're going to punt it away. Nice punt this time. Taking it to 25, 30. Look out, 35. Look out, running room. He's going to break it up the middle. 25, 20, taking it down to the 10-yard line. Huge gain that time. What an absolute return from the freshman Trey Bush. 5'11", 170-pound return man for Dean Parizio's Lee County Trojans. Electrified this crowd. That time, making the catch all the way back at his 25.
That's phenomenal.
45, 55. I'm counting it up. 65-yard punt return that time from the freshman Bush. Electric. Eli Mashburn says, great punt, poor coverage, heck of a return. Yeah, a little bit of all that for sure. Eric Evans gives us Westover 22-0 over Early County. That's in the 3rd. Thanks so much for the scores. Michael Baxter tells us that Milton Buford in a weather delay. All right, so here we go. After the huge punt return, 65 yards from Bush, the freshman, we're ready to go now. And we got movement on Lee County. You had a number of black jerseys moving on that one. So that's going to penalize Lee County. And those are the kind of things that you just had a huge punt return. You've got the momentum, and you get a momentum killer. That's what penalties will do to you. Penalties, turnovers, big plays, all about high school football, all about the momentum and killing momentum. We're 17-7. 6:38 to go in the 3rd quarter. Lee County led this game at the half 10-7. We've seen Lee County score the only points here in the second half. That came on a Weston Bryan 3-yard quarterback keeper just a couple of minutes ago on their last possession. And now here they go. And now they're going to call that penalty on Lee County. They're going to say that Lee County jumped. So I thought Lee County, they said that Warner Robins jumped. I thought Lee County had a false start. My bad. So move it up 5 yards now to the 5. Canton going to get the carry, and he's going to take it in for a touchdown, Lee County. Penalty flag on the play. Check the call. It may come after the play. We may have an unsportsmanlike conduct, but let's wait for the white hat to sort it out. Let's see what we get here. Yeah, he's signaling that the touchdown is good. So probably going to be, the penalty's probably going to be assessed on the kickoff here is what I would think. So the touchdown will stand. Unsportsmanlike, probably going to be the call there, and they'll penalize that, like I said, on the kick. And that is indeed the call. Whitehead gives us the call now. Unsportsmanlike conduct going against Lee County. They'll assess it on the kickoff, as yours truly had forecast. So here comes the point after attempt now. Weston Bryan is going to hold it. Here's Kirksey's attempt. It's a bad snap. Weston Bryan's going to pick it up and throw. 2-point conversion. When it's going right, it's going right for you. It was a bad snap. That's what happens when you have the quarterback. That's one of the reasons you have the quarterback holding in case something like that happens. And that's exactly what happened. He was able to take it, and he rolled to the right, and he found number 95 for the 2-point conversion, Brandon Whitlock, a 5'11 senior defensive end who may have the only 2-point conversion he'll ever have in his career. So it's 25-7, Lee County on top now. They're taking command of this game. Ross Whitaker says, I'm done. Ross, don't bail out yet. So I'm getting asked here now, Phil, any early 7A, early state title game predictions? Well, remember now, we don't have 7A anymore. So 6A is the state's largest classification, but I know what you mean. And right now, I got to tell you, I think Milton is the odds-on favorite. That would be numero uno. Guys, be sure to check out our weekly top 10 rankings, both here at ITG Next. We're also part of the AJC's composite rankings, where you can see ITG Next, how we match up with the AJC, Georgia Public Broadcasting, 680 The Fan, Score Atlanta, Max Preps, Maxwell Ratings. 6 are included in the composite rankings. Look out now. Here's a big kick return by Warner Robbins. Kirksey, the kicker, was the one that come up and made the tackle. I tell you, with his kickoffs, his extra points, kicking it through the end zone. He had a 43-yard field goal earlier in the game. And right now he's all over the place. 25-7 the score. 6:24 still left to go here in the third. But now here's Warner Robbins with life. The kick return taken out to midfield. Ball spotted right at the 50. Skylar Williams, the quarterback. Still a lot of time left if you're a Warner Robbins fan. Now they're going to try to air it out here. Throws, man complete, wide open. Taking it to the 41. Going to be close to a first down. Going to be 2.5 yards needed for the first. The thing about Shane Sampson, Warner Robbins now, you got to be cognizant of the fact clock's going to work against you. There's still plenty of time, but you've got a lot of ground to make up here, down 25-7. Williams with trips to the far side, looks, throws, complete, man wide open. Going to take it into the end zone, and just like that, Warner Robbins has struck. And that didn't take long, folks. 41-yard pitch and catch for the touchdown comes at 5:43 of the third.
With the player being looked after, we're going to
And just like that now, it's 25-13, and I believe we have another injured player now. We have an injured player down for Warner Robbins. Again, he's in the back of the end zone. So while they tend to him, we'll tell you again, just mention if you're a Warner Robbins fan, not over yet. You just got, it's the play that will get you back in a football game quicker than anything, a big special teams play. We saw it happen to Lee County, the possession earlier, this time Warner Robbins. Return man took it out to the 50-yard line, and 2 plays later, Warner Robbins finds pay dirt, and just like that, you're back in it if you're a Demons fan. 25-13, point after attempt still pending here. So 25-13, let's look at this. 13, 20, so you're down by 12. Is Shane Sams and Warner Robbins going to go for 2, or will they kick the extra point? Let's see what happens. They're going to kick the extra point. Looks like Skylar Williams will hold, and Will Shepard will try the PAT here. Williams to hold. He's got it. And Shepard's kick is good. So wait just a second. Warner Robbins fans, you were about to turn it off, weren't you? Not so fast. 5:43 left to go here in the third, and now it's Lee County 25, Warner Robbins 14, and just like that, the Demons have climbed right back into it. All right, so let me check the comments here. Let me see what you guys think about what's happening here tonight. Great turnout for tonight's live feed, guys. We appreciate you guys sticking with us, and we appreciate you guys checking out tonight's live feed. We're going to be with you all season long. Tonight's ITG Next Game of the Week, our live stream brought to you by Farah Farah. Go to farahfarah.com to find the Georgia office closest to you. Big thanks to Farah Farah. They are great supporters, great stewards, supporting high school football and high school sports and the student athletes that play the game. Obadiah Farley tells us Thomas County Central 31-7 over Monroe. Roz Whitaker says Red Machine can still do it. We're back on the map. Whoop, whoop. I hear you. King Cornelius checking out tonight's game. So here's another. Well, now they're going to kick this one away. Going to be taken inside the 20.
Got some room over the middle, brace the first tackle.
And going to take it up to about the 34-yard line.
So, Trojans,
First and 10, 35-yard line.
after getting a nice short field off a great punt last drive, they're going to do it again. Try and drive it down.
And let's see what Lee County now decides to do. So if you're Lee County, do you play a conservative? Do you try to feed the beast? And, of course, the beast being Cromah. Although we've seen quite a few of these backs that have gotten the football tonight for Lee County. So quite a few contributors in the rushing game tonight for Lee County. Right now it's though Cromah, who's Monty Cromah. How many times has his name been butchered, you think, guys? I normally get it right because I've been calling it for years. And it's Cromah who gets it over the left side. Going to take it for about 7. He is so much fun to watch, isn't he, guys? We've been watching and keeping up with Usmani Cromah since he was in middle school. Weston Bryan going to throw it out here near side complete. And whoa, what a hit. Although it's a first down, that's what it's all about. Both these players jawing each other, and then they both congratulate each other. They both took a big hit and just stood each other up. But here we go. It's a first down. Lee County at midfield. Cromah sidesteps one would-be tackler, but he'll be caught by a couple of white shirts after about a 2 or 3 yard gain. As we're down to 5 minutes to go in the third. Man, this third quarter is taking forever, hasn't it? Second down and 7. Lee County in no hurry. They've got the lead, and I would say they got the momentum, but right now it's in Warner Robbins' corner, with Warner Robbins striking quickly. That's exactly what the Demons needed to do. They needed to come back with a quick strike, and they did just that. So now Lee County can see if they can answer. 2 receivers each side. Now you got a man in motion coming to line up off the right hip of Weston, who's going to pull it down, and he'll keep it. And he'll go over the 45. And it's going to be a 3rd down. Huge play right here for both teams. You're at that point of the game where if you're Warner Robbins, you want to make a stand here. If you're Lee County, you want to keep the momentum. You want to keep this drive going. Let's see what happens here. Weston Bryan's calling for it. Now he'll slow it down. Looks over to the sidelines. Again, Lee County in no hurry here. Plenty of time left on the clock. 8 seconds on the play clock, that is. They're going to keep it. Weston Bryan is. He'll go for a 1st down. A conservative and smart call that time by Lee County, letting Weston Bryan, the big quarterback, keep it himself, and he takes it over the left side behind that left side of the offensive line for a 1st down. So we're down to 3:27 in a 3rd quarter that is just taking forever. At least that's what it seems like. 2 receivers far side and 1 on the near side. Now man going to come in motion. Going to hand it to Usmani Cromar. And he's got cut there. That's about the only way to bring that guy down. Tackle made that time by Warner Robbins. Everything defensive lineman, Isaiah Gibson. He's heading to Georgia. He's another AJC. That was AJC Super 11 on AJC Super 11 right there. Second down and 5. Here's trip receivers now here to the near side. Now, one of the receivers going to go into the slot. Canton's going to get the call. Man, he's got all kind of running room. What a huge hole. I could have run through that. Big, gaping hole open right in the middle of the Warner Robbins Devens defensive line. And Canton just took it straight up the middle for a 1st down. So it looks like now Lee County trying to regain the momentum.
They're going to go empty formation, left hash, trips right. 1 man out to the boundary. Looks like Cam Williams. Motion him back into the backfield.
Did have an empty backfield. Now Canton's going to come back and line up behind Bryan. He'll get the call. Boy, he's a good little back. Great day.
And he is running hard. He's got an 8-yard gain.
That's Williams.
7-yard rather. So it's 2nd and 3.
Spinning like a Texas.
Canton Williams. What a ball carrier. And Warner Robbins says, hey, let's stop this thing here. We'll take a timeout. We'll take us a quick timeout, although we'll keep it right here. So we're getting a report from Valdosta where the Wildcats lead Tucker 28-13. That's at the half at Bazemore Hodder. See if we can get some other scores to pass along to you. Tift County, what a start to the season. I've been telling you that Jeff Littleton has restored the winning program, the winning culture in that Tift County program. They lead Griffin tonight up in Griffin 30-0. Huge if you're a Blue Devil follower after what that program has been through. Buford Milton in a weather delay. We'll see if we can pass along. Last thing we heard was Milton up 7-0. Our game tonight brought to you, of course, by our friends at Farah Farah, who want to remind you this is Friday night where student athletes compete with everything on the line, chasing greatness and forging unbreakable bonds. It's where entire communities unite under the lights to witness passion, pride, and moments that will be etched in their memories forever. This is football. It's high school football. There's no tradition quite like it. And just like these athletes, Farah Farah puts it on the line every day for their clients, which is why Farah Farah proudly supports high school football and proudly supporting our ITG Next Game of the Week. Go to farahfarah.com to find the Georgia office closest to you. All right, here we go now. We're back ready to go. 2nd and short. Lee County has it. They're looking to try to punch it in.
3 yards for the 1st down. 13
2nd and 3. They're at the Warner Robins 13-yard line. Williams, the back, he's off the right hip of Weston Bryan. Faking it to him. Weston Bryan going to keep it around the left side. He'll get inside the 10-yard line. He's right at the first down. I believe he got it. He did, says the side judge. Move those chains, gentlemen. And that's going to be a 1st and goal to go for Lee County. Another injured player is on the is down on the field. It's for Warner Robins. So a stop and play. Well, we've seen a lot. Again, it's been a very physical football game. We've seen it take its toll on both sides tonight. Another injured player down on the field. Obadiah Farley, Thomas County Central's #1 fan, tells us Thomas County Central up 38-7 on Monroe. Evan Reese tells us there's a lightning delay at Peachtree Ridge where Roswell leads Matt Helmrich's Peachtree Ridge Lions 21-6. There were so many great matchups tonight to start the season. Irwin County 19-6 on Fitzgerald. That's in the 3rd quarter. That comes compliments of Eric Evans. Mike Sorensen is watching us from Tampa Bay. We got folks all over the place watching the game tonight. Got folks in Chicago, Tampa Bay. If you're watching the game, let me know where you are. I said, catch your breath. Yes. We go. We're rocking and rolling here tonight. All right, 1:44 left. 1st and goal to go. Injured player comes off the field. Good to see that, as always. Split backfield now, back on either side of Weston Bryan, Cromar, and Williams. Who's going to get it? It's going to be Kenton Williams. He's going to take it left side. Another player's helmet comes flying off. As Williams brought down after a short gain. And the player whose helmet came off is a big one. That's Isaiah Gibson, the AJC Super 11 player. And he is their stud on defense, and that's costly. His helmet came off. He's going to have to come off the field for a down. Keith Jackson in North Carolina watching the game. Hand off to Usmani Cromar. Got upended, taking it to the 1. Marion Hilton is watching from Boston. Now, is that Boston, Georgia, or Boston, Massachusetts? Felton Lloyd Moses Lewis watching from Ventura, California. A Crisp County alum. I love it. Again, the beauty of the internet. Lori Fischel is watching us tonight in New Oxford, Pennsylvania. Blair Stapleton Jones watching us and cheering on their nephew Weston from Johnson City, Tennessee. Doug Sams, West Virginia. Doug, are you kin to Shane Sams? Just curious. Folks all over the United States watching our live stream tonight, and we appreciate it, guys. ITG Next, Game of the Week. We do this every week. All right, so 3rd and a yard. You got to think if you got Cromar, but they're going to go with Cromar in the Wildcat. Cromar's going to take the snap. He fumbled it. And Cromar picks it up, but he's going to be brought down for a huge loss. That's huge. Oh, disaster. Another injured player down for Warner Robins. And he'll get helped up. Goodness gracious. Physical game, all kind of craziness goes on. You think your 3rd down and 1 with Cromar going to take a direct snap in the Wildcat that is almost automatic, but nothing's been automatic in this game tonight. Cromar fumbled it, picked it up, and by the time he was able to regain his momentum, a host of white demons shirts were all over him. And now you're looking at Lee County probably going to have to go for a field goal, you would think. It's 4th and 7, or 4th and goal from the 7. Well, no, you can get a first down still, I think. Yes, you can. So it's 4th down. Lee County can get a first down, I believe, without scoring, I think. No, it's 4th and goal. We'll try to get it. We'll try to get it straight for you. Nevertheless, they're going to try what you would think would be a chip shot field goal. But what did I just say? Nothing's been automatic tonight. Weston Bryan is going to hold at the 14, a 24-yard field goal. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick. Is good. And Cameron Kirksey has done it again for Lee County. A chip shot field goal, but a field goal nevertheless. And that has extended the Lee County lead now to 14. It's 28-14, 20 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Reboot Hub. Is that your real name? Checking in from Warner Robins, Georgia. Andrew Jones says, let's go Demons, number 7. Lerone Broadnax, the Broadnax crew from Bainbridge, are watching with my son Dante at Kentucky State. I love it. Patsy Butler is watching from Little Gasparilla Island, Florida. She says, go Trojans, go number 25. Maddie Hunter watching in Dublin, Georgia. Simba Lyons watching from Detroit, Michigan tonight. Roberto Wright III wants to know what offers does the running back number 32 have currently? A ton. Seriously, several, over 30. Huncho Brown says Warner Robins coach will be making us do bear claw. Listen to me, getting hungry. Bear crawls on the sideline. Andrew Jones says, let's go Dink as the kickoff will bring us to the end of the third quarter. And let's see what we got. So we got another injured player that's over here on the Lee County sideline. Boy, we have seen way too many of those tonight, have we not? So an injured player for Warner Robins, their sideline, though they've been busy, they're medical folks, and here they come again across the field to tend to the injured player. Cannot make out his number. A lot of these players, when they're on their back or in this place, we're totally obscured from who the player is. We just know it's from the far sideline of the Warner Robins. So we'll try to see if we can make out something there. In the meantime, Lisa Hamilton watching in the hospital. Oh, in Sandy Springs. Lisa, we wish you a quick recovery. Eric Evans watching from Columbus, Ohio. Clubber Johnson is in Amarillo, Texas, watching us tonight. Ralph Griffith in Marengo County, Alabama. Anthony Alexander is watching us from oh, what is that? Is that the brewery in Albany? Molson Coors? Old Miller plant? So Sydney Suge Palmer tells us that the top 3 for Usmani Kraman number 13 are Auburn, Florida State, and Georgia. Butch Hegel watching the Trojans from Austin, Texas, Longhorns country. I love it. Ryan Jenkins, University of South Florida football player in Tampa currently, former Westover Patriot. Greg Hackle in Lyons, Georgia, watching us. Doug Sams clarifies that Shane's my nephew. Okay, there we go, brother. Andrew Watkins tells us Darty 44-0 over Central. Stephen Tate says, I'm pulling for Warner Robins. Now, why is that, Stephen Tate? Stephen Tate, by the way, tailgate chef extraordinaire. Colquitt County 38-0 over West Utah. Philip Chance Dixon watching us from Ware County, home of the Gators. What you got on Ware County tonight, guys? Allie Sams Floyd, proud sister of Coach Shane Sams, watching us tonight. What's up, Allie? I know you're proud of Shane. He and I talked quite a bit. Talked to him a couple of days ago about this game, and he's a good man, a good dude. I'm sure he's a good dad. And listen, guys, when you're following up behind a coach that's taken a team to, 6 state championship games in a row or whatever it is that Marquise Westbrook was able to accomplish, listen, that's huge shoes to fill. Shane Sams did a great job last year leading Warner Robins to the quarterfinals. And he'll have this team back up and ready to go. Now, I say that. We still got a lot of time left in this game. It's 28-14 with a quarter left. They're still tending to the injured player here on the Lee County sideline. And, again, I apologize. The player is completely obstructed. Now you've got some Lee County folks who have joined the Warner Robins medical people. So whomever the injured Lee County or the Warner Robins player is, let's keep him in your prayers. So, again, we have no way of knowing any extent of the injury. There's a lot of people, though, surrounding the young man. It happened, I can tell you, it happened on that last kickoff. Happened here on this near home sideline, which is where we are situated. Dean Fabrizio has come over. A lot of people are tending to the young man. That, of course, always reason for concern, but a lot of these times, these things are done out of precaution. So we won't speculate. As soon as we can find out something for you guys, we'll pass it along. Still tending to an injured Warner Robins player here on the Lee County sideline. Again, our view completely obstructed by the folks on the Lee County sideline. So let's go back to folks watching the game. Ryan Yancey watching from Nashville, Tennessee. Geraldine Postel watching from Fort Valley. Says, I'm a Trojan for life. Trojan for Loof. But I know what you meant. Marion Hilton says, how you doing? This is Snook from Boston. Boston, Massachusetts, or Boston, Georgia. Joe Acock is watching from Swanee Springs, Florida. He says, go Big Red. Matt Hoskins watching from Cartersville. Let's go Demons. Kip Dupree. Lee County had more wins last year than my whole high school career. Listen, Dean Fabrizio came here, and I can tell you from personal experience, I lived in Lee County for a couple of years from 96 to 98, and I didn't even know where the football stadium was, and you guys know what a big high school football fan I've always been. There is a cart that's being brought onto the field over to where the injured player is. Again, we have no idea who the player is. We'll try to see if we can get a number for you. We have no idea what the injury is. Again, hate to see that. This game has been chock full, though, of injuries tonight. It's been a very physical game. And let me see if I can. All right, so the good news. Well, that's great news. So the injured player has been able to get up on his own, and they're going to put him on the back of the card. I can now report to you that the injured player is a big one for them. Looks like it's Rashawn Dinkins, and he is a big-time player for Warner Robins. And he was able to get up on his own power and sit on the back of the cart. So, again, we'll keep our prayers for that young man. Certainly keep him in our thoughts and prayers as they escort him off the field on the cart. But good to see him be able to get up and walk. That's always a good sign. When you can do that, you're going to recover from these injuries. It's when they're not able to get up that you really sweat it. So that's good news. Justin Carter says, let's go Trojans. Daryl Mays watching from America. So Bobby Robinson III says, let's go Trojans watching from Greensville, South Carolina. Stephen Tate, you are welcome, brother. Glad to be doing this game tonight. Thanks so much for watching, guys. All right, we're ready to go now. Warner Robins with Williams. Look out, big run. Boy, he just went like a burst out of a cannon that time. First down and more up to about the 42. And here's Warner Robins now, as you can imagine. Listen, they're only down by 14, guys. That's nothing. A lot of time left. We've got a whole quarter left. Williams going to run it again. Right side, and look out. First down and more. And that young man, 2 huge runs for Warner Robins. And just like Lee County has left it in the hands of Weston Bryan on several quarterback keepers, we may see Shane Sams do that now with Warner Robins and Skylar Williams. And we've come to, I guess, the end of the third quarter of play. What a long third quarter that was. I thought we were already there. Anyway, 3 quarters in the books. It's 28-14. Lee County leads it. ITG next game of the week brought to you by our friends at Farah and Farah. Big thanks to Farah and Farah for sponsoring tonight's game. They'll be sponsoring our entire 2024 ITG next game of the week. Kevin Jackson reporting that Evans and Thompson tied 21-21 in the third. Tony Anderson watching from Warner Robins. What's up, Tony? Kip Dupree wants to know, is next week's game going to be streamed? It will be. We'll stream games all season long. Next week, we go to Gwinnett County to bring you Woodward Academy and Collins Hill. So we'll be making our way up I-75 and then some. And, of course, making our customary stop by Buc-ee's on the way there and back. All right, here we go now as we switch sides of the field. Warner Robins now going to be going from left to right. And we've got whistles. Check the call.
Yeah, they had 2 first downs in a row. Boom, boom. But this play is
Going to be a false start on Warner Robins. So that's going to back him up. As the ball now going to be spotted at the 50. So 1st and 15 now for Warner Robins. 2 big runs by Skylar Williams, the quarterback, had them in Lee County territory. Now they're back at midfield. Let's see if they continue to let Williams run it. Here's the snap to him. He's going to take it. Oh, it's intercepted! Oh, it's intercepted. That's a killer.
Lee County, pick 6. And Trey Bush, the freshman phenom.
It's a dagger. And Trey Bush, who had the huge punt return earlier, the freshman, just stepped in front of a Skylar Williams. Quick pass out to the wideout. He stepped in front of it. He intercepted it, and he just took it back 50 yards for the interception return and the touchdown. And that increases the lead now by Lee County 34-14. Bush, the freshman, boy, he is going to be one to watch, isn't he? Here's Kirksey now to try the point after attempt. It's good. And just when it looked like Warner Robins was making a couple of big-time plays from Skylar Williams, using his legs to get his Demons back in the game, it was an errant pass from the tall senior quarterback that is instead given Lee County an interception return for a touchdown. And, boy, that one hurt if you're a Demon fan. However, still a lot of time left. But Warner Robins is going to have to score. They're going to have to score in a hurry as it's now 35-14. Still, the entire fourth quarter left to go, 11:50 in the game. Marty McGuire wants to know if we have any Bainbridge score earlier. It was Coffee up by a bunch. Again, anybody got any scores you can pass along to me. So now DeQuan Franklin says 52-0 on that Bainbridge Coffee score. Kwame Williams says they sat on that route. They did. Trey Bush, well, what a game he's had. I tell you, you go into it and you hear about Usmani Cromah, and for good reason. But, boy, tonight's game has proven there are so many weapons and so many difference makers that have made an impact tonight for Dean Fabrizio's Lee County Trojans. Trey Bush, Weston Bryan, Canton Williams. I mean, we've talked about the kicker, Cameron Kirksey. He's had a great night. So trying to pick a player of the game in this one is tough. Next week, and we'll be bringing you a live stream game every week, guys. Our ITG Next Game of the Week brought to you all season long by Farah Farah. Takes us to the Metro Atlanta area for Woodward Academy and Collinsville. Coffee 59-6 over Bainbridge, says Cole Moore. Cole, thanks for that, brother. Looking for Northside Warner Robbins score. Guys, be sure to catch my show. You love high school football. Myself and Mazzani Matthews, 5 o'clock every Monday, right here where you're watching this game. ITG Next Facebook page. By the way, I want to give a big shout out to my buddy Stephen K. Wynn. He's a big fan of the show. He's a Lee County resident, Lee County fan. He called me coming out of the press box tonight, had his arms extended with a package. I said, "What's that?" And it was a huge pound cake, just come out of the oven. It was still hot. His wife made it. And that is a good friend. And I have cut the cake. I have shared it with everybody up here in the press box tonight. And I'm still going to be able to take half a cake home. Not that I need it. But anyway. DeQuan Franklin says Thomas County Central by 14. That cannot be right, can it? Oh, okay. He's predicting the Coffee TCC game. My bad. All right, so here we go. Well, Warner Robbins needs something huge. They need a big kick return. They need something big to get them back in this game. Let's see if they can get it done here from their special teamers with 11:50. A lot of time left, guys. You still got the whole fourth quarter left to go in this game. Great turnout tonight for our live stream. Thanks so much for everybody watching. Lee County set to kick it off with Kirksey. High, short kick. Taking it about the 12 or so. Taking it over the 20, 25-yard line, and that's where the Demons of Warner Robbins, and they're all white. White tops, white pants. You got the, what is that, maroon, I guess, Warner Robbins, or red. Red to me, but, of course, the red helmets. Warner Robbins calling McConnell Talbert Stadium home, one of the greatest, biggest venues in the state of Georgia. What a great place to watch a football game. All right, so here we go. Warner Robbins now needs something big. They need something in a hurry. They need a quick strike as they are down now by 21, 35-14. So here's Williams in the gun. He takes it. He drops it, picks it up, looks, got a lot of time. Now he's chased out of the pocket. He'll throw. Man was wide open at the 40, and he dropped it. Pass was intended for number 21, Latimer. He had it, and he dropped it. Waylon Polk. What's up, Waylon? Watching from St. Louis, Missouri, the Show Me State. Darius Love. Appreciate it, brother. OG, feel you the goat. Darius, I don't know about that, dog, but I appreciate the love, man. Okay, Dustin Ward corrected me. Hey, it's Cardinal, not Maroon. Taken. Point taken. Oh, my goodness. Handoff. Smashed. Somebody get the tag number of that diesel truck.
Backfield and made a great play for a 2-yard loss. Maybe 3. 2-yard loss.
3rd down and 12 now. Loss of 2 on that play. And if you're Warner Robbins, you got to get this. You got to make this. You got to keep this drive going. Let's see what happens. Skylar Williams under pressure. He's going to step up, going to run for it. He's got all day to run. Puts his head down and runs over a Lee County defensive back who took the brunt of that hit. But he hung in there, did Jackson, and he brought down Williams, but not before Williams able to get a huge gain. 25-yard gain that time by Williams. So they did just that. They needed the first down, and they got it. Pass almost intercepted, and that man again, Bush, Trey Bush, almost came up with another one. But incomplete goes the pass. That's going to stop the clock. Well, I tell you, after a pretty speedy first half, this second half has crawled to a snail's pace. Our game is 2.5 hours, and we're still going to go probably another 30 minutes or 45 minutes. Hey, no problem here. We'll stay with you all night. 2nd and 10. Williams on the option, going to keep it. There he goes, still on his feet. Look out. Skylar Williams, nobody's going to catch him. He's going to go for the touchdown, 48 yards. Wow. Guys, I'm telling you, what a player Skylar Williams is. 48-yard touchdown run, and Warner Robbins fans, don't go anywhere. We're back to a 2-touchdown game with the point-after attempt coming up now. Will Shepard going to try the point-after attempt. Williams will hold. Warner Robbins running a late player on. And here we go. Williams to hold. Will Shepard is going to try the point after. Here's the snap, the hold. Kick is up, and kick is good. 35, 21. Give Warner Robbins credit, guys. They have been down, but not out. And Skylar Williams, you got to remember, that last possession, Williams had broke off 2 huge runs before he threw the interception. So if you're Warner Robbins fans, you think back to what maybe could have been. But that's all water under the bridge. Warner Robbins that time elected not to let Williams throw it. He ran it, and 48-yard touchdown run has given Warner Robbins new life. They're back in this thing now. 35-21 the score. So they pulled it back to within a couple of touchdowns. Our game tonight brought to you by our friends at Farah Farah. Going to be bringing you our live stream all season long. Need a personal injury attorney. Keep our friends at Farah Farah in mind. Go to farahfarah.com to find the Georgia office closest to you. Farah Farah proudly supporting high school football. We want to remind you, hey, it's Friday night where student athletes compete with everything on the line. They chase greatness and forging unbreakable bonds where entire communities unite under the lights to witness passion, pride, and moments that will be etched in their memories forever. Hey, it's football. It's high school football. There's no tradition quite like it. Just like these athletes, Farah Farah puts it on the line every day for their clients. You can find out. Go to farahfarah.com to find the Georgia office closest to you. Farah Farah proudly supporting high school football, proudly supporting our ITG Next live stream, our live game of the week. All right, short kick. Look out. Huge return by Lee County, and now we're going to get a late hit called on Warner Robbins.
I think that was Bryce Carter.
The return that time, number 21, Bryce Carter Jr. He gets a huge play, huge return, and going to tack on, it looks like, another 15. We'll wait for the call. Personal foul, indeed, the call on Warner Robbins. So a huge return plus 15. And, boy, if you're a Warner Robbins fan, that's not what you were looking for. You just got a huge play. You got a big run. You got back in the game. Remember, this thing was what, 10-7 at the half? I mean, it was anybody's game. And still very much up in the air. But Warner Robins can simply not afford to give up another score here. You just can't. Still, though, 10:31. The clock, I think, is just stopped. I mean, this game has just almost just came to a complete stop tonight. Camden 44-34 on Brunswick. That's in the third with 3:29 left. Thanks to Hunter Garino. I hope I'm pronouncing your last name right. Well, Kwame Williams says, go Big Blue. Look at that Tift County score up in Griffin. You want to talk about a big-time win for Tift County? You could sense this offseason, though, Jeff Littleton had turned that culture around. A culture at Tift that had been marred with negativity and just a lot of bad, but no more. Tift County comes in. Nothing cures the Eels like a win. And Jeff Littleton's Blue Devils got it tonight. Good for him. Good for Tift County. We just had a penalty now on Lee County, dropping them back 5. And this time, giving it to Usmani Cromah. He does not go down easy, but he goes down that time for a loss.
Bad snap. Weston had to move to his right, trying to hand off left. Just delayed it a second in the backside.
So 10:21. Now they'll start the clock back up. Second and a mile. Second and about 20 from the 34. Well, can Warner Robins somehow keep Lee County out of the end zone? That would be huge, but let's see what happens. Weston Bryan looks, going to step up in the pocket. Now he's going to throw it. Was he over the line of scrimmage? It's intercepted by Warner Robins. They've intercepted it. That's a huge play. I thought Bryan may have gone over the line of scrimmage. They're talking about it now. I thought Bryan had gone past the line of scrimmage there. I think that's what they're talking about.
They're talking about if he passed the line of scrimmage. It looked like he did. They were on the 34. Now
they're talking about it here.
Now, and they're going to call it interception.
And they're just going to let the interception stand. I thought Bryan had gone past the line of scrimmage before he threw that one, but they're going to let the interception stand. So I mentioned that Warner Robins needed something big, and they just got it. They got a huge interception to thwart the Lee County drive, and now here comes Warner Robins, and do you realize that they've got a chance now to cut this thing to a touchdown if they can find the end zone? 9:51 still left to go in this football game. A lot of time, but the interception came inside the 10-yard line. So if Warner Robins is going to get back in this thing, they've got to do it in a hurry, and they've got to go a long way to do it. Ball at their own 9-yard line. Warner Robins, let's see if they let Williams try to run it out of there. In the shadow of their own goal line, what's Warner Robins and Coach Shane Sam's going to do here? Snap to Williams. Ball's batted up in the air, almost intercepted. Boy, that was near disaster. I'll tell you, Warner Robins has had a lot of success running the football. I know the clock's working against you, but you know, I'd let Williams run that thing. I'd let him just pull it down and run it around the end for a couple of times and see what happens. But I don't coach. North Cobb, Shane Queens, North Cobb Warriors all over Archer tonight, 49-21 that score. My man Hunter Garino is giving us all kind. What's the time on the clock? 9:43. Pass is complete. And that's going to give Warner Robins a first down. They're running now up to the line. They want to now go with some tempo, a little more sense of urgency here for the Demons. So first down and 10 for the Demons. Williams going to throw it. Incomplete. Kimberly Sexton wanted to know what the time on the clock was. So we're 9:35 left to go in the game, with Lee County leading it 35-21. Ware County all over Appling tonight, 40-10. Well, Appling County's got such a tough schedule. Huge blitz. The ball is fumbled. It's fumbled. Williams is going to pick it up. He'll run it out of the end zone. Oh, Williams went mano-a-mano on big number 10. Boy, they collided like a couple of big Mack trucks. Jeremiah McLeod, great day. But that was near disaster for Warner Robbins. Williams fumbled it, went back deep in his own end zone, was able to get it, pick it up, and get it out of the end zone. To be honest with you, all in all, that turned out pretty good for Warner Robbins.
I mean, that is a terrible call.
Are they going to now say that was not a fumble?
I don't know. I'm just not going to say anything else.
Let me see.
I mean,
So I guess we've got a penalty, guys, on Lee County. I didn't see what happened, but they're marching it off against Lee County. And they're going to move it up to the Warner Robbins 36-yard line. So what was near disaster somehow turns into a break for Warner Robbins. They've got it now up in very decent field position. Remember, they started this thing at the 9-yard line, and on that last play it looked like they were going to get a safety, but none of those things happened. They got a new life, new set of downs, 1st and 10, up near their own 40-yard line. Snap. Williams, he dropped it. And he just falls on it. Williams was trying to throw it. It slipped out of his hands. You can only imagine how hot and humid it is down there on the field right now.
I don't know. They're telling he just took his eye off the ball, I think.
Kevin Jackson
Second and 18 now.
says, I need a Jones County versus veteran score.
Stop here.
Going to be a running and play. Williams, short gain, left side. Going to bring up 3rd down and long. So you got to get it up to the 46-yard line for a 1st down when you're at your 32. And we have yet another injured player on the field. And it's another Warner Robbins player. Well, now you're at that point, if you're Shane Sams, you want to get everybody out of here healthy. I mean, you want to win the game. It is a non-region game. No matter what, you want to win, I get it. But at this point, if you're Shane Sams, let's get everybody out of here healthy. Boy, a lot of injuries in this game. Farah Farah brings you our ITG next game of the week. They'll be bringing you this one next week and all season long. Big thanks to our friends at Farah and Farah. You go to farahandfarah.com to find the Georgia office of Farah and Farah closest to you. All right, looking for some other scores, anything you've got. David Roberts wants to know how much time is left. 8:31 left to go in the football game. 8:31, we're in the 4th quarter. Northside Warner Robbins has defeated Eagles Landing 38-18. That's a great win for Northside. Jones County 41-26. Injured player off the field. That's good news, and we are ready to go. 8:31 left to go in the game. It's 3rd and long for Warner Robbins. Trips here to the near side. And Lee County is going to come up and give them a gift. Lee County offsides, give them 5 yards. The easy way. Tyree Polk says Coffee 56-6 over Bainbridge. Now, we've got a lot of people been reporting that score. See if we can get some other scores from you guys here tonight. All right, so step it up 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 8. So now you make it 3rd and much more manageable with that offside. Let's see if that comes back to hurt Lee County. 3rd and 8. Play clock at 10, 9, 8, 6, 5. They'll get it off. Williams throws across the middle. Incomplete. Skylar Williams was under heavy duress that time as Lee County brought the house. Put the pressure on Williams. Good call by Lee County defensive coordinator that time. And that's going to force Warner Robins into a punting situation. We're just under 8 minutes, 7:59 to be exact. Thanks so much for being with us tonight, guys. What a great game we have seen tonight. Not over yet. So here's the punt. It's going to come over toward the Lee County sideline and bounce out of bounds. That's a smart punt, keeping it away from Lee County to keep any further damage from incurring. And so we are going to see now Lee County's offense go back on the field. They have the lead. And right now, if you get a couple of first downs, the clock suddenly becomes your friend. Right now, still 7:52 left to go in the game. A lot can happen. We've seen that tonight. It's 35-21. Lee County leads it by 2 touchdowns. Man, if you're Warner Robins, you want an interception. You want to create a turnover. You want something big here to get you back in this game. Let's see what happens. Weston Bryan has Usmani Cromaz single back, and he'll give it to Cromaz. This is where you let your money players take over. Usmani Cromaz has fumbled. And Warner Robins, I believe it's recovered. Let's see. Or did it roll out of bounds? It rolled out of bounds, fortunately, for Lee County. Man, you want to talk about a break. As great as Usmani Cromaz is, you get the feeling that they may give Usmani some ball control drills this week in practice. We'll see. He's still a great player. Fortunately for him and Lee County, that fumble rolled out of bounds. So Lee County will keep the football. And now Lee County going to get 5 yards the easy way. Encroachment from the Warner Robins defensive line.
Moves us into Demons territory once again.
An RPM Corporation 5-yard walk-off.
Channing Freeman says, run the ball, Trojans. Mike Harvey says Warner Robins better get some better play calls or better offensive play caller. This ain't going to cut it. Well, they've called some pretty good plays. It's all about executing. Usmani Cromaz right up the middle. Man, he's so hard to bring down. That is just one of his great attributes. That's how the great backs become great backs, isn't it? Just impossible to bring down. You may wrap them up. You may get a hand on them after a couple of yards, but they're not going to go down that easy. That's, again, why Usmani Cromaz is one of the great ones indeed. His senior season here at Lee County. It's a new set of downs. It's 1st and 10 for Lee County. And right now, the clock down to around 7 minutes. Weston Bryan around the left side. Going to be brought down close to the 30. Going to be right at another first down for the Lee County Trojans.
Good read there. Was going to hand off to his body. Decided to pull it himself. It was wide open, and he took it. 10-yard run.
He got us because I thought Usmani had it in.
6:59. Clock is stopped.
Big man.
And now a flag.
We're now at 3 hours in this game. But we have a penalty flag. They're talking it over. Let's see what we're going to get here. Here comes the white hat. Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike on Warner Robins. Boy, that one hurts. That's 15 yards. So that's a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct, and, man, that's the last thing you needed if you're a Warner Robins fan.
4 yards here. We really need to score here. I would like to see a score.
The clock is frozen. And there it goes. It'll start back up now. 6:55, 6:54 left to go in the game. Right now, Lee County's in the driver's seat. They've got the clock on their side. They've got the lead, and they just got a big 15-yard penalty at the end of the run by Weston Bryan, and now they're knocking on the door. Going to hand it to Crow Ma, who's going to break it outside. What a stiff arm by Crow Ma. Taking it to the 5. Goodness gracious. Crow Ma put his stiff arm in a Warner Robins face mask. And, oh, boy. Again, another one of those attributes that make Usmani Crow Ma one of the great ones. Grayson 19-3 on Collins Hill. Jack Myers says Lee County has this game. Jack, not yet. Not so fast. Not so quick. Flint Dyke says the lighting is gone. Weston Bryan going to take it around the left side, and he will get in there. Touchdown. It's a touchdown, Lee County, and that might be the difference maker. That might be the dagger. 41-21, 20-point lead with the point after attempt coming up.
QB Reed didn't hand it off, ran to the outside, cut it back towards the middle, made the guy miss, and it was in the end zone. Great job, great read.
Kevin Collins, sponsor along with Pepsi of our Extra Point with Phil Jones show, gives us a score and update, saying that Colquitt County has won as the point after attempt up and good. And that increases the lead now to 42-21. Lee County on top, 5:48 left to go in the football game. Tonight's game brought to you by Farah Farah. Big thanks to Farah Farah, sponsor of tonight's game and sponsor of our live stream all season long. Carrollton 21-14 over Woodward Academy with 6 minutes left. Boy, that's good. There's so many great games around the state tonight. Eastside, boy, now this is an upset. 26-9 over Newton in the 4th. Wow. I mentioned earlier Grayson up on Collins Hill 19-3. Remember Collins Hill, where we're going to be next week. Collins Hill hosting Woodward Academy, the second game of our year-long weekly stream. Guys, be sure to subscribe to our ITG Next Georgia newsletter. It comes to you twice a week, absolutely free. We'll send it to your email inbox, no charge. Just go to itgnext.com and go to ITG Next Facebook page. You'll see the newsletter. You'll be able to subscribe to our newsletter. Be sure to check out all of our content on social media, guys. We cover high school football, high school sports all over the state. Here's the kick. Warner Robbins, return man, runs back to take it over his shoulder, takes it at the 30, and that's where the Demons are going to put it in play. 5:42 left, and boy, if you're Warner Robbins, you got to score, and you got to score in a hurry. You're down by 21, 42-21, but we've seen Warner Robbins, when they've needed a score, they've got it. Lisa Hamilton says, go Trojans. Look at North Paulding upsetting Parkview. Wow. Mike Sorensen says, smash that like button. I hear you, dog. Mike Sorensen, great friend of the ITG Next Georgia. We appreciate that, Mike. Indeed, like and share all of our social media content, guys. 5:42 left. Let's see if Warner Robbins can get the score. There goes Skylar Williams. He's not giving up. He's going to take it for a first down as they drive him out of bounds. That does two things. Moves the chain, stops the clock. So 5:35. You still got time if you're Warner Robins, but you don't have much time to waste. That's the key.
We got a nice lead, but there's still time on the clock.
Flint Dykes, I guess he meant the lightning was gone, not the lighting. Flint Dykes tells us that the players on the field warming up for Milton and Buford, so it looks like they're about to get back to it. Here, Skylar Williams going to take it, going to run up in the pocket, and he's going to be stopped.
But finally Batson gets
Stopped.
there, brings it down. It looked like Atkins
We got another injured player on the field. This time it's a Lee County Trojan player. Looks like it's number 22 for Lee County. Number 22, that's Jaden Hudson. Well, a lot of injuries, a lot of players down tonight. That'll stop the clock, obviously. 5:19 left. Game at over 3 hours now. Dietrich Andrews checking in. What's up, Dietrich? Says Thomasville. Wow, check this out, guys. So Brooks County, who is mine and I think a lot of people's odds-on favorite in one of the two Class A divisions to win the state, well, they got hammered tonight by Thomasville. The Thomasville Bulldogs over Brooks County tonight, 35-12. That's a huge win for Coach Joe DeLay and the Thomasville Bulldogs. We're going to be bringing you Thomasville, Thomas County Central here in a few weeks. Well, you don't want to miss that one. Snap to Williams. He's going to step up. Now he's going to run it. Over midfield. Look out. Still on his feet. 40. Still on his feet. Bring that man down. 35-yard line. Huge run that time. Boy, we've seen that a lot tonight from Skylar Williams. What a player he is. Liam Lopez says, let's go Warner Robins. We have another injured player on the field. Lee County Trojan down on the field on the far side. So I guess Ja'Cory White down on that far side. So a lot of injuries. Again, some of these heat-related, some just the physicality of the game. Athens Academy, 38-14 over Aquinas. That's a surprise. So much great football. Michael Baxter says the Milton Buford game is back on. Is that still 7-0? Somebody give me an update on that one. All right, so injured player coming off the field, and we are ready to resume play here. 4:57, we're under 5 minutes to go. Man, we've got a lot of stoppage in play tonight.
All right, Demons from the left hash, 38-yard line. Williams looking to his right, looking to throw.
Williams rolls, throws, near side, passes incomplete.
Ezra Goings, wide receiver. Complete pass, going to stop the clock at 4 minutes and 23 seconds. Demons down 21-42 here at Trojan Field. We are in the fourth quarter.
Dietrich Andrews says, yeah, that's going to be the game. Bulldogs and Yellow Jackets. We will be there. Thomasville, Thomas County Central, what a game that's going to be. We've had a good one here tonight. 42-21 right now. If you're a Lee County fan, you're happy. If you're a Warner Robins fan, look, got a lot of season left. This is a good-looking team. Run left side, short gain, maybe 4. Going to bring up third down and about 6 yards needed for the first. Clock really becoming a factor now, though. 4:24, 4:23. It's a big play here, but haven't they all been big? Third down and 6. Williams throws.
He is laid out as he's throwing the ball.
Did he make the catch? No, incomplete.
5 feet apart. He's trying to protest.
Cameron Zay says, I caught that ball, but incomplete. So now you're 4th down, and this is must go for it and must make it. If you have any hopes, if you're a Warner Robins fan, got to make this. So 4th and 6.
4th down now. Big for the Trojans here to really put away this game. They're going to need this.
New quarterback, Williams really got his bell rung, so a new quarterback into the game, going to try to get the first down, going to throw, incomplete. So that last play really took it out of Skylar Williams, and they brought a new quarterback in, and his first pass, incomplete, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. Carmelo Canyon, the replacement quarterback, he's a junior. Kimberly Sexton says cramping an issue. Indeed it has been. So Lee County now will take over. And right now they've got the clock as their friend. They have a 21-point lead. And let's see if they try to milk the clock here. A couple of first downs may put this thing out of reach. If you're Warner Robins, you're just running out of time. Weston Bryan calls for it, takes it, gives it to Crowmaw, and there he goes.
He's got some room. Past the 30.
40. He'll be brought down right at the 40. Incredible run that time from the 34. 16, 26-yard run by Crowmaw that time, deep into Warner Robins territory. It's a first down. And for every first down now that Lee County converts here, that makes it that much harder, that much tougher for Warner Robins to try to get back in this. I mean, Warner Robins would have to, you got to get 3 touchdowns just to tie it. And it's getting harder and harder to be able to accomplish that if you can't get the football. So the game has it's just really, slow to a snail's pace in the second half. We're going to get a delay of game now on Lee County. And if you're Lee County, you're Dean Fabrizio, that's the last thing you want. You want the clock to keep running. You don't want to do anything to stop it, and you don't want to do anything to back up. And that's exactly what happened. So 5-yard penalty on the Trojans of Lee County. Both these teams got a few kinks to work out. Brian, little shovel pass to his receiver, who's going to be run out of bounds.
He's finally pushed out.
And that's Canton Williams, who's had a big game tonight, but hadn't a lot of them had a big game tonight. Boy, we've called that about a lot of players. We've got 3 minutes, 48 seconds left to go in the football game. This game is, again, the clock, every time I look up, the clock stopped.
He knows how to cut it. I thought he was going to go to the right. And boy,
we may get this game, it may go 3.5 hours, folks. Game started back at 7:30. We're 10:41 now, and still 3 minutes, 49 seconds of game clock left. Usmani Crowmaw going to be hit. Got a couple of Warner Robins helmets. Now that's Crowmaw's helmet. Now that's another, no, I'm sorry, not Crowmaw. Lee County player helmet comes off. A lot of helmets coming off. A lot of injuries tonight. A lot of cramping. Just a lot of stuff going on here tonight in Lee County. Clock is running now. 3:35, 3:34, 3:33. Clock is running here. Lee County in no hurry to snap the ball. In fact, they're getting instructions now to let the play clock run down as far as they can. 5. They'll snap it with a couple of seconds left on the play clock, which they do. And another little quick play, quick hitter for Lee County and a short gain. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 4. 3 minutes to go in the game. We're 3 minutes left. 3 minutes left to go in the game. 3rd down and 6. Lee County at the 21 of Warner Robins. Again, Lee County just letting that clock run and run and run and run. 2:39, 2:38. Here's the snap. Brian is going to keep it. And he'll get about 4 or 5. He'll be a couple of yards short, I think. He'll get 4 yards on that one. Now, let's see if Lee County and Dean Fabrizio decide to just go for this. You're 4th and, well, now they'll say you only got 3, so 4th and 3. No, Lee County's going to go for a long field goal here. Hold's going to come at the 25, 35-yard field goal. Kirksey. Weston Bryan to hold. Here's the snap, the hold. Kirksey's kick is up. It's good. Oh, are you kidding me? Wow. Again, when you start talking about trying to name a most valuable player, look, you can easily say Cromall, you can say Kirksey, you can say the freshman Bush, you can say Canton Williams. I mean, there's so many players. Weston Bryan has had a great game. All kind of candidates for Lee County. It's truly been a team effort tonight in this, what I think we can safely say now is going to be a Lee County win. As the Trojans now 45-21 on Warner Robins with less than 2 minutes to go in the game, 147. Again, I want to give everybody big thanks. Give yourself a pat on the back for sticking with us tonight, hanging in there tonight. Great crowd watching tonight's game. We had a great turnout. Thank you, guys. We're going to be back next week and every week thereafter. We'll bring you a live stream of great football, Georgia high school football, every week right here at ITG Next Georgia. Next week, it's Collins Hill and Woodward Academy from Metro Atlanta. Thank you guys again so much for being a part of our live stream tonight as we near the end of this one. So 45-21. Again, big thanks to Farah and Farah sponsoring tonight's game, sponsoring our live stream all season long. So here's Kirksey going to kick it off. Short kick. And going to go out of bounds. So Warner Robins going to put it in play deep in their own territory. And not much time left. Let's see what Warner Robins tries to do here. Hunter Garino says, love ITG Next. Thank you for that, Hunter. Appreciate that, brother. Hope everybody enjoyed our live stream tonight. Waylon Polk had to work but got to see Lee County. Listen, so many of you checking in tonight. Let me know where y'all are watching. Folks all over the United States. That is so satisfying for us, knowing that you want to watch your favorite team and we were able to make it happen for you. So, big thumbs up from this guy to you. Look out. Warner Robins says, hey, we're not going away yet. Big run. They'll finally hawk him down. Big time run. Great day. And it's kind of interesting. That was Travis English. He's their go-to back. We've not called his name a lot tonight, guys. But what we called it that time, didn't we? Here's Warner Robbins say, hey, not so fast. We're going to make some late noise here. Again, Canyon, the quarterback, takes it, hands it off right up the middle, running room. Taking it inside the 15-yard line. That time the running back, number 6. That's Kelsey Perkins, the senior tailback, getting it. Warner Robbins wants to score here. You always do. High snap. Quarterback brings it down. Perkins taking it to the 5, 4, 3-yard line. Warner Robbins trying to punch it in here late. 1 minute, 8 seconds left. 107, 106. Can the Demons punch in a late score? Going to give it to Perkins again, and he'll get there. Touchdown. Wow. So 57 seconds left. Warner Robbins says, hey, we may be down, but we're not out. You got to love the fight in these young men. Could have rolled over, could have said, we're done, let's go get on the bus. But no, Warner Robbins says, let's stick around as the Warner Robbins Demons marching band across the way, cranking up the fight song. Here's the point after attempt now, coming up from Will Shepard. Kick is good.
And they're blaming that we roughed the kicker.
Will Shepard, senior, plays kicker.
I don't see how, if we hit the kicker, how did he roll forward instead of backwards? But, yeah, I don't know much about it.
He's flopped already twice.
So 45-28.
Dragging the game out further.
We're less than a minute away from wrapping our first game of the season up here on Now FM.
So Warner Robbins, you got to love the fight. So Warner Robbins will start the season 0-1. Lee County will start off 1-0. As both teams continue their seasons next week. So who we got here? Evelyn, where you at, Evelyn? Evelyn Salt says, watching from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm a Perry Panther. Evelyn, thanks so much for checking us out tonight from the ATL. Love it. Going to be up your way, or at least somewhere in the ATL area. We'll be in Gwinnett County for Woodward Academy Collins Hill next week. Amy Armstrong says, go Trojans. You got to love it. Give me those last-minute comments, guys. We'll give you a shout-out before we get out of here tonight. ITG next game of the week. Guys, we offer a lot of different content at ITG Next Georgia. Get familiar with us. We cover nothing but high school sports across the state of Georgia and beyond. I think you'll like what we see, including our live podcast we do every Monday at 5 o'clock. We just talk about high school football. We'll talk about games that have been occurring tonight, this week, what's happening next week. That's Monday night, 5 o'clock, Monday afternoon, 5 o'clock, right here live. It's Extra Point with yours truly, Phil Jones. I'm joined by Mazzani Matthews, Miss Producer, who is on the camera work tonight, doing a great job of giving you guys the video while I give you the audio. Kevin Jackson says, can't wait until my Perry Panthers beat Benedictine. Well, Kevin, we're going to be there. We're going to bring you that game live when those two teams meet. Ponder Redknop is watching. Dustin Ward is watching. Janet Clyde says, I love my Trojans. I hear you, Janet. Nate Cooper says, good game, Demons. Now, that's a good sport. That's a good fan. Down to 46 seconds. 45 seconds. 44 seconds. Clock stops. 10:52 Eastern time. This game, one of the longer games I can recall. Jeremy Williams says, "Where's Crow Ma?" Well, they're taking him out. No need to. Got all the young guys. Look at those clean uniforms in there. Shiny white helmets. And Lee County's about to go into the victory formation. 27, 26, 25. Handoff. No, play action had me fooled. Number 17. All right, so let's get some of these kids' names here. Looks like that's Joshua. Is that Cabatit? The new quarterback. Caden Kinchin says, well, I don't know what that says. But thank you for watching, Caden. Look out. Big run here. Some of the younger guys trying to make an impact. I thought Lee County was going to go into the victory formation, but, hey, they're getting their young guys some action.
And that's going to be the final, folks.
All right, that's going to be your final play, final score from Lee County tonight. 45-28. Your final is the fireworks being fired off tonight behind the visitors' side. You got to love that. If you're checking out our live stream, you see the fireworks there behind the Warner Robins side, who brought a big crowd here tonight. Again, want to thank you guys. Frankie Freeman checking out the game from here in Leesburg. Again, want to thank you guys. Janet Clyde says, "Hey, mic drop. Time to drop the mic." Janet, exactly what I'm about to do as we're going to get out of here. In what was a marathon of a game tonight, went over 3 hours, but in the end, if you're a Lee County fan, don't really care how long it took. What matters is you got the victory. You start the season off 1-0. And again, for Warner Robins, you fall to 0-1. And by the way, another little interesting factoid for you. For Lee County, this is 15 straight season opening victories for the Trojans. What a streak that is. And you got to remember, if you get the opening game under your belt as a win, that certainly builds a lot of momentum for a successful season. So a lot of that success attributed to getting that season opening win, that being their 15th in a row in this, the 16th season under Dean Fabrizio. Nikki Ward says the Ward family loves our Demons. Amy Armstrong says, "Great game, Trojans." Michael Roberts gives us an update. Carrollton 24-14 over Woodward Academy. Guys, big thanks to y'all for checking out tonight's live stream. Thanks for hanging in there with us. Again, big thanks to our friends at Farah Farah sponsoring our live stream tonight. They'll be sponsoring our entire 2024 lineup of games that we're going to be bringing to you every Friday night this 2024 season. Remember, Farah Farah proudly supporting high school football. Remember, go to farahfarah.com to find the Georgia office of Farah Farah closest to you. Again, our final score tonight, Lee County 45, Warner Robins 28. For Mazzani Matthews, I'm Phil Jones saying have a great night. We'll see you next Friday night from Collins Hill as we bring you the Woodward Academy Collins Hill game live right here. Week 2 of our ITG Next live stream game of the week. Until then, have a great week, everybody. Be sure to check out our live podcast Monday night, 5 o'clock, right here. Extra Point with yours truly, Phil Jones and Mazzani Matthews. Have a great weekend, everybody.